Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Davis, and today I'll be going over a program presentation that was part of the Certified Interpreter Guide 2-week class that I just took. The presentation is a owl prowl with the theme how owls master their senses to hunt at night, but face the perils of poison. The program is targeted towards adults, and just a technical issue. The introduction video is a little more quiet than my voice right now, so you might want to raise your volume.
Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Jonathan Davis and I'm going to be your guide today for Owl Prowl. Today we're going to be talking specifically about how owls have mastered their senses to help them hunt and some of the perils they face from poison in the environment today. The session will be broken down into 10 minutes inside the Nature Center, talking about some of the features that owls have to improve their senses, 40 minutes on the trails, looking at areas where owls have been active and some active nest locations, and then 10 minutes back at the Nature Center, talking about ways we can help protect the owls from rodenticide with our Rescue Raptors campaign. Before we start, if anyone needs to use the restroom, they're located just through the building on the left, the restrooms, and if anyone needs a reflective vest or a flashlight for the program, they'll be inside there as well.
So we are going to be heading inside the Nature Center, and we'll be looking at some owl taxidermy and samples that we have inside, and these will help demonstrate some of the features that owls have that make them uh, mastered their senses to help hunt at night. So the first feature that we're going to be talking about is for their sight, and that is their large eyes. The large eyes allow them to gather a lot of light, even in the middle of the night. They also have a reflective layer. You can see in this photo that the owl's eye is almost like a mirror, and that is because the reflective layer is located behind their retina. So as photons of light kind of pass through their retina, they bounce back off this reflective layer and go through the retina again, which allows even more light gathering in the middle of the night. And an interesting fact about owl eyes is unlike human eyes, which are round, we can kind of roll our eyes or look left to right without moving our head. Owls' eyes are tube shaped, so they're always looking forward. So my question for the group is, how can owls hunt by only looking forward? And yes, that's correct. Owls can turn their heads 270 degrees and look up and down, and this helps them kind of hyper focus in on whatever they're looking for. In terms of owl hearing, bigger is better. So owls also have large ears that help them hear at night. There's also a feature of owl ears called ear asymmetry, and this means that the left ear might be located a little bit higher than the right ear, and this allows the owl to kind of pinpoint vertically whatever it is they're trying to listen for while they're hunting at night. And owls also have a large frequency range for their hearing. A lot of the rodents that owls hunt have either high-pitched squeaks or calls, and this is very helpful for the owls. In terms of staying silent, we're going to be taking a look at this nice barred owl wing. Example of a wing of a barred owl. I would like to invite the group just to very gently take two fingers and along the grain, you can get a good feel of how this wing of a barred owl feels. You'll notice that the wing of the barred owl is very soft. Does anyone have any ideas of what benefits would very soft feathers have for this owl? Yeah, correct. So the very soft feathers would actually help keep the owl warm. That's a good point. But the feathers being soft actually help dampen the sound the owl makes as it's flying through the night. A lot of the rodents that the owls will hunt have good sense of hearing as well, so the owl needs to be as quiet as possible. If you kind of zoom in, you can see kind of like these ridges along the feathers as well, and those are very technically designed to dampen noise as the owl is flying along. So we are going to be gathering at the Nature Center, and kind of heading out to the boardwalks where we'll do a nice sensory activity. So just kind of follow along. We'll be getting to our first gathering spot, and I would like the group to really focus on our own senses. So for this first sensory activity, I would like you to kind of take a look around you and notice the colors of the clothes you're wearing. As your eyes adjust to the night, keep in mind the differences to these colorations. And in terms of our hearing activity, we're going to kind of hyper focus in on our own hearing. And we're just going to pause here and remain quiet and kind of listen to the sounds of the marsh. And we'll talk about what we hear right after as well. And after doing our sensory activity, we're going to kind of continue along the boardwalk here. And we're going to head out to a couple areas that have been very active with owls. And we're going to be kind of gathering again at the nice overlook that overlooks the field where owls have been seen quite often. And we're going to be talking about some modern technology that can help improve our senses as well. The first is for hearing, which is a great free app called the Cornell Lab Merlin Bird ID. And this will help listen to bird calls around you. So if there was an owl calling in the area, if you had the app running, you would be able to display that on the screen, and that helps you kind of focus on what you're hearing. And the second is a question of, can you find the bird in this photo? And the answer is probably not because it's very much hidden in the reeds here. But we're going to be looking at this infrared monocle that I brought. So in this photo, you can see a bird that would normally be very hidden is actually kind of lit up in white as we're looking for kind of like mapping through the infrared. So I'm going to pass around this infrared monocle, and if people kind of want to swing around through the trees, look at what might be around you. And you'll notice it seems like there is something in that tree cavity, but we're just going to be kind of swinging around quickly um, and kind of looking for any bright white spots that might point out some animal, mammal activity, bird activity, owl activity. Ooh, and there's a squirrel that's kind of jumping along there. You can see kind of bright white there compared to some of the trees. And this is technology just in the last couple of years that's gotten really good enough for birding. So trying to take advantage of it. And yeah, it does seem like there's something hanging out in that nest cavity. So if we go to the next slide, we can see that it was a screech owl, which is one of the native owls to Massachusetts that kind of like enjoys hanging out in nest cavities. And we're going to be heading over to an area where the barred owls have been nesting, kind of following along. And it wouldn't be much of an owl presentation if I didn't show off some photos or some videos of barred owls that we're seeing here. So you can see this is kind of what we're looking for, our native barred owl. And notice the hyperfocus the barred owl has as it's kind of moving its head, looking at the ground, hunting. And as we get back to the Nature Center, I would love to chat with the group a little bit about our Rescue Raptors campaign. This is a town by town local advocacy program where we're really trying to ban um, commercial rodenticide that is harming the owls in our own towns. This matters because rodenticide will actually kill the owls or whatever ingests it. Uh, if there's enough of poison in the system. We recently looked at a sample of 43 red-tailed hawks that were sampled in the area, and all 43 had rodenticide in their blood. So it's very prevalent in our ecosystem today, unfortunately. Uh, from what we know, the poison uh, that rodents eat uh, doesn't kill them instantly. It slowly kind of kills them over the course of several days. So while these rodents are in a kind of like a dying state, it makes them kind of easy prey for owls and other birds of prey, unfortunately. And when a bird of prey, like a barred owl, grabs a rodent and eats it, that poison from the rodent will actually uh, really stick around the blood. It takes over 6 months for even half of the poison to kind of clear out of the system. So the poison really kind of sticks around, unfortunately. So what you can do to help our campaign is to follow our Rescue Raptors campaign. We have an email list. We're trying to give information on what events are happening, kind of like on a town by town level. If you wanted to take it a next step further, you could join our Climate and Wildlife Champions Advocacy Program, which is kind of like a great welcoming community that helps kind of fight for animal protection in your area. And I'm just going to pass around a nice clipboard. And if you want to kind of just put a check next to your name, if you want to sign up for it, I can get people on that email list. But yeah, in conclusion, owls have really mastered their senses to help hunt at night. But these owls do need our help uh, against commercial rodenticide. The call to action would be to join our email list. So if you do want to stay up to date on the Rescue Raptors campaign, I would encourage you to do so, and it will help stand up for owls in your own town. But yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us tonight on our owl adventure. I'll be at the front desk of the Nature Center for 30 more minutes if anyone has any questions or comments, but that is the end of our program. So thanks again.